Inseparable may be the best word to describe the USF women's basketball team. Their close bond has propelled them to highs like defeating the 6th-ranked team in the nation and climbing up the AP rankings to a program-best number 14. It's also what gets them through the low of having a teammate diagnosed with a life-altering disease.
Ultimately, after a battery of tests, including a spinal tap and brain MRI and spinal cord MRI, it was determined that she has multiple sclerosis.
Sophomore Kristyna Brabencova, known as Brabi by those around her, was diagnosed with MS last February when she was just 20 years old.
When they were looking at her, I could tell they had concern, but I really didn't say anything to Brabi. In my head, I'm thinking, all right, what could this really be? MS never entered my mind, not in a million trillion years.
It took some time for Brabi to process the diagnosis, and it wasn't until COVID-19 canceled the basketball season and she went back home to the Czech Republic that it really sunk in.
The things were the first time was it was tough because I felt like some people didn't around my family, people didn't want to talk about things. My family we have a really close relationship with even my grandparents, and everyone. So we started making jokes about all of it too. So it was we pulled through.
And she soon realized that her life didn't need to change that much.
I was just yeah, well, there is no really reason for me to stop doing what I can do. And it made me realize to be happy that I can do it now. Cause there can be time that where I cannot do it.
When school started back up in the fall, Brabi returned to campus feeling like her old self, but with a new perspective.
My new motto is that every time it can be worse. Somewhere, someone, it can always be worse.
And her mindset has inspired everyone around her.
She taught me that anything you go through, it just makes you stronger. And that's what she proved. And she's been a motivation to so many people out there.
Now with the MS and trying to help other people, I just learned that she really cares about others, and she's really strong to handling this on the best level that is possible.
Brabi is now closely monitored by staff and receives an infusion treatment every 6 months, but she isn't letting anything get in the way of the game she loves.
Basketball was it was always the huge part of my life and everything, and it still is, and it will be, I hope, for a long time.
As for Brabi's coach, he couldn't have been more devastated by the diagnosis.
There was a audible exhale, oh, and you could just see the concern and the worry and everything on his face.
Now, almost a year later, he's amazed by her strength and her poise.
If this just gives one person motivating that, hey, someone is going through this and can do this at the highest level, she's reached out and touched somebody. So I'm really proud of Brabi, and I'm glad Brabi is part of our Bull family.
No doubt Brabi's perseverance to play in every game for the Bulls this season has been a motivating factor in the team's rise up the rankings. Rachel West, Tampa Bay Times.